Jacksonville State soccer coach Julie Carlson, she and the ladies getting ready for their final road trip of the year. They had to play Murray State Friday afternoon at 3, and then they'll wrap up the road trip Sunday afternoon in Clarksville, Tennessee against Austin Peay. You've had some tough losses this year. I mean, just some disappointing losses. And last weekend, I guess the Belmont loss, leading 1-0 in the final minute of the game. They tied up and then win it in double overtime. And that was another heartbreaking loss, wasn't it?
Yeah, it kind of took the wind out of your sails. But, you know, focus. I mean, you know, you've got some kids that need to understand how to stay focused for an entire 90-minute match.
Everything is jumbled up right now, isn't it, as far as the conference standings?
Yeah, Martin's first. I think SIUE's second, and then there's like 5 teams tied with 10 points for third place. So, you know, right now a lot's going to be determined in these next 2 weekends.
So you could still finish anywhere from 1st to 6th or so, I guess, right?
Yeah, I mean, we've got to do our job, and then we got to have some people help us out as far as the 1st and 2nd seed. But, I mean, we still have a chance to qualify. That's a no-brainer. And but as far as where we fall in this seeding, I mean, that's going to be determined based on our results.
A lot of balance in the league. I mean, nobody's really above anybody else, are they, within the OVC?
I don't think so. I mean, Martin's been on a roll as of late. You know, Austin Peay's done well as of late. I mean, there's teams that are doing a good job of finishing, putting some teams away. But outside of that, it's pretty much been pretty close.
You only played the one contest last weekend, and it was Friday. Was it nice for your ladies maybe to get an extra day or two in there and a chance to get their legs back under them?
Yeah, I think that time fell right when we needed it. You know, right now, the biggest issue is focus, fatigue, trying to get some of our older kids rested. I think that's reduced our injury risk, but we got to get them back playing again this week. We got to get them back in gear, and I think they know what they have to do. They just have to go out and do it.
When you go on the road, obviously it's tough, but Sunday, just based on records, the Sunday contest at Austin Peay would be the tougher of these two on this trip, right?
Yeah, but I think they're all tough. You know, Moorhead was at the bottom, you know, 2 weekends ago, and they came out and gave us a really good game, and then they turned around and gave, you know, the next opponent a really good game. So, you know, whether you're at the top or the bottom, I think it's anybody's ball game, and that's what we have to be switched on about. You know, we can't just walk in seeing that a team's seeded last and it's an easy thing. You know, they got their work cut out for them, and I think that's kind of the roadblock we've run into is, you know, we can't just walk in and put a game away. You're going to have to walk in and take care of business, but you got to do it for the full 90 minutes.
Has your practice, your training this week, are you happy with the way things have gone so far?
Yeah, you know, I think, you know, it's midterms or just getting over midterms, and, you know, there's been a lot of academic load on some of them, but I think that's going to be relieved a lot this weekend because they're getting past that point. And one thing that's nice about being on the road is you can control what they eat, you control their rest time, and, you know, you do have a little bit more control, and in some ways I think that does help get us, you know, a better performance on the field.
All right. Thank you, ma'am. Good luck. Last road trip of the year. I know you're happy about that.
I hope not. I'd like to go the first round, but yeah.
At Murray State Friday afternoon at 3, and then Sunday afternoon at Austin Peay. That one gets started at 2 o'clock. You can keep up with it at JSU GamecockSports.com. Jacksonville State sophomore Jackie Rush visits with us here. I'm talking Jacksonville State soccer. 2, 3, 4 weeks ago we talked to you. You didn't have this extra thing on your wrist right there. First of all, tell us what happened and how it is to try to play with a broken thumb.
Well, it happened in the Moorhead game, and it was on a corner kick, and the girl just ripped the ball for a shot, and it happened to hit my thumb, and it dislocated and fractured and chipped part of the bone on the inside.
So a ball did that?
A ball did that, yes. A ball did this.
Well, all right. Well, you've got a little extra weapon you can play with right there. How tough is it, though, trying to play with that?
It is kind of tough. It's definitely a little more weight added to one side, so I feel a little bit slower. And but, you know, I can't really use it as a weapon, so, you know, that's out of the question. But it's just a little extra, something extra.
All right. Let's hold this up here. When you get into the game, you actually have it wrapped. It's more like a club. What, does it go up to your elbows? Does it go that far?
No, it goes to about right here, and it has to be 2 inches thick on all sides. So it is definitely a club. It is definitely there, but it's a little big.
See, if you were playing football or rugby or something, it'd be an added weapon for you. Last road trip of the year coming up this weekend, and 2 very big games, Murray State and at Austin Peay. The standings are just jumbled. Everybody sort of packed in there tight. Have you ladies talked about that in the last few days between each other?
Yes, we have. It's definitely frustrating to us because, we had come off such a good start, and so it's frustrating for us, and all we want to do is just get back on top and get back up there. And, some of us have actually put the standings as a background on the phone, so it's a constant reminder of we want to do this, we want to get there. So this weekend, hopefully, we'll just come out strong and get back on track.
Nobody's confidence has wavered. Everybody's still feeling pretty good.
No, we all know that if we dig down deep and put our heart into this, we can come out and win the rest if we truly believe we could.
All right, Coach Carlson says sometimes it's a little bit easier playing on the road. Of course, she can control what you eat, how much rest you get, and that sort of thing. As a player, obviously you like to play at home with a home crowd, but sometimes is it easier to play on the road?
I think so. It's definitely you're more focused, I think, on the game just because you don't have the whole crowd there. Your family and friends aren't there. And like she said, she does get to monitor her food and stuff, which I could honestly say I don't eat as well at home that I would on the road. So it's, it definitely sometimes makes it easier. And then, there are some trips, though, like we had last year, the Illinois one, it's a long travel. So there's some times where home would be better. But
well, at least these 2 are afternoon games, so it won't be too bad on you sleep-wise.
Yes, exactly.
All right, thanks, Jackie. Good luck this weekend.
Thank you.
Jackie Rush, Jacksonville State sophomore, the ladies' final road trip of the year, Friday afternoon at Murray State, Sunday afternoon at Austin Peay. And again, follow all the action at JSU Gamecocksports.com.